since day 2, as I like to call it. So John was there at day 1, and then he brought in myself and some other high school students at the time, and we helped build this organization. Currently, I serve as the president of the corporate board of directors. So for those of you in high school, that means I'm the president of the corporation. And then we have the youth board that runs this wonderful program, of which Alvina is chairperson and Sean is president. What I wanted to do is just talk to you a little about kind of the value of YLA, why I think as someone who went through high school, college, had a job, has a job, what YLA means to me and why I think you should join it. They're passing out, has everyone got them? They're passing out, this is a cool sheet they're passing out. These are statistics from a report published by the Conference Board. They are a nonprofit that publishes a lot of economic and econometric data like the Consumer Confidence Index, if you've heard of that. This is actually a report on new entrants into the workforce. It was published in 2006. And what they did is they surveyed about 500 HR executives and senior level executives of large companies in America. And they asked them, surveyed them about how they felt different age groups were in entering the workforce. Were they ready to be workers? Sadly, high school students ranked the lowest in their readiness to enter the workforce. And that's something at YLA that we do not think should continue, and we actually, I would say, actually disagree with. Interestingly enough, they listed 10 skills which they thought were most important for those entering the workforce. I believe the first one was professionalism, teamwork's on there, and communication. I want to say are the top 3. High school students in general, and this is not talking about you guys, obviously, but in general, high school students rank the lowest in the 3 most important categories. And out of youth aged from 14 to 25 are the lowest percentile. Okay, so that is how you never start a motivational speech, right? Very unmotivating. No, the reason I mention this, though, is I think when we read this report, we were like, wow, talk about a demonstrated need for our organization in the community. There's 3 things that YLA focuses on, and they are professionalism, teamwork, and communication. And so when we read this report, we were just blown away that here's an organization, and I like to use the word organization, association, and I think you'll hear that tonight, that we're not a club. We're not ASB. We're not FBLA. When you're done with high school, your time with YLA does not need to end. As far as I know, we're the only professional organization that you can join as a high school student. And it's an association and an organization where your involvement can continue. Someone like me, I'm post-college, been working for a few years, still involved. Someone like Leanne has been working. She got involved a little later than someone who got involved in high school, but is still part of this association. And as a member of this association, you get to network with these people, you get to meet with these people. When you go in for your job interview with Leanne, guess what? You already know her. So it definitely helps break the ice and make you feel a lot more comfortable. So going back to what I was saying, YLA is an association that focuses on developing professionalism, communication, and teamwork, and I would even add confidence in young people. I often start the year off for YLA with telling the youth that YLA is a toolbox. There is a 14-week program that starts at the end of September and runs till the end of December. This is called our Youth Development Program, and then we have a graduation. Post-graduation this year, we're creating another program called the Post-Graduation Program. So you like that, right? So this is the postgraduate program, and this program focuses on applying everything you learned in the first semester. So this is my point. YLA is a toolbox. You're going to go through 14 weeks. We're going to equip you, train you, provide you as many resources as you can do, and then we're just going to step away. We're going to provide mentorship for the second part of the program, this postgraduate program, and allow you guys, am I allowed to say what they're doing? Or is that a surprise? All right, we're going to allow you guys, and I guess it's a surprise, to do something huge in the community. So I want to highlight a few YLA success stories. There have been a few. And John is not going to tell his brother Nathan I said this, because Nathan's a very shy, not shy, but very private guy. So Nathan Wynn is actually John's little brother, who's my age, and was in our first class of Youth Leadership America. Typical YLAer, go-get-em attitude, very ambitious, wanted to meet more people in the community, graduated that first year, went to USC, studied entrepreneurship, was walking home one day and decided, you know what, I'm going to start a .com company. Was looking for a product. I'm not going to steal all Nathan's thunder because he might come speak. Long story short, he started a website called instrumentalsavings.com, which is the leader in in discount online instrument retail. I think is how they phrase it, something like that. Nathan is 23. Last week he was on CNBC being interviewed as a 23-year-old multimillionaire. Okay, so this isn't, I can't in all honesty say if you join YLA you're going to be a multimillionaire. Trust me, I wish I could. But I can say that if you join YLA, you're going to meet Nathan. You're going to meet his friends. And you're going to pick up the skills along the way. So again, it's a toolbox. I can't determine what you build with it, but I can do my best, and we're all here doing our best, making sure that whatever your dream is, whatever your passion is, you have the resources to do that. I'll also tell from my personal experience. I went to USC also with Nathan, and I think YLA is one of the biggest factors as to why I got into that school. Definitely it set me apart from the applicant pool when, you know, you helped start a nonprofit, you served on this youth board, you've done this in the community, and I could actually put, you know, numbers next to what I've done. Like, I've raised this many dollars, we recruited this many youth. So it was very measurable, and I think as an admissions committee, that stands out. So I graduated college and I needed a job. Well, it just so happens that the HR director of Disney sits on our board too. And so, you know, through that and knowing Cheryl and her helping and mentor me and advise me, I ended up working for the Disneyland Resort. So there's two key points in my life that I personally attribute to YLA. But wait, there's more. So recently I have since hung up my mouse ears, as we say, and I'm no longer with the Walt Disney Company. Great place, by the way. No longer there. I've gone and joined a consulting firm. Again, this opportunity came from someone at the firm I think was very impressed with my involvement with YLA, and so that again kind of made me stand out from the other applicant pools. So my point here is this: look, you're in high school, you got a lot of transitions, but you know what? There's like millions of other people your age doing the same transitions. So I think in a strategic way, you want to think about what's going to differentiate me from that other applicant pool, as well as, personally, what is really going to help me improve as an individual. I was in FBLA, I was president of ASB, Nathan was president of Key Club, so I was like an honorary Key Club member. And I will say, in all honesty, YLA, you could have added up all the other clubs together, and YLA still would have beat it in a tag team, one-on-one, UFC match or something, okay? And the reason why is it's the only organization where I was actually exposed to leaders in the community, right? Key Club, you do volunteerism. ASB, you lead at your school. But YLA was an organization where it lifted me out of my school and made me a player in the Anaheim community. Suddenly, I was having meetings with John and city council members, meeting the mayor, meeting people like Leanne. I was 17 years old. You better believe after going and presenting our idea to a city council member, going and presenting a project to my history class was a walk in the park. And so I think this is the kind of exposure, this is the kind of opportunity that only YLA provides, and I really encourage you guys to jump on the opportunity. I will say this, there's no babying in YLA. This is really an organization for people who want to take the initiative. The first step of that is showing up tonight, so good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. The second step is filling out the application online, and I think upon your being accepted, you want to keep doing more, adding more. I tell the youth this: we're an organization designed to give you some money to go make mistakes in the community, right? We want them to dream big, we want them to do what they want to do, and we have people like Leanne who commit their time, their resource, their energy to fund your ventures. So you have some idea. I can't tell you what this year's idea is, but there's a big idea to do something in the community. Personally, I think it's going to be successful, but you know what? Maybe it's not as successful as anticipated. We're still going to be 100% behind that. We're going to support that 100%, and next year, we can do something else. So again, just want to close with, I think step back before you start school. I wish I would have done this in high school, and jump off the train for a second, and think about, I got 4 years in high school, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. What are my priorities? What do I really want to get done? Post-high school, what I have accomplished is really going to start to matter in life. And so I'm not saying YLA is the right organization for everyone, but I think, you need to step back and think about, is this for me? Is this what I want to do? Does it help me go where I want to go? My gut is it's going to be 3 yeses in a row, and I look forward to reading your application, and I'm going to hand this over to Deborah.
All right.